Red capsule. There we go. Maybe this is her... Yeah, maybe this is her introduction back to Hinamizawa, and then we can finally start working on some of those.
Hi. あれ、どちら様？
どうも。私、お隣に引っ越してきました、リュウグウと申します。引っ越しのご挨拶にお伺いしました。どうかよろしくお願いします。
あららら。こんな田舎の村にこんな若い子が引っ越してきちゃったのかい。そうかい。よく来たね。お母ちゃん、お隣さん、引っ越しのご挨拶来られたわよ。
でっけえ声出さんでも聞こえてんな。つったらわざわざ丁寧に挨拶すまなしゃろな。
竜宮さんだってお隣の空き家に引っ越されてきたって。
あんたレナちゃんかいな。大きゅなって。
はい、レイナです。覚えててくれてたんですか？
なんね、お母ちゃん知ってんのかい。
知ってるもなんと。お前沖宮に住んどったから知らんか。ずいぶん前に住んでたお隣さんね。そうかい。戻ってきたんかい。やっぱり都会よか村の方が落ち着くんねな。
住んでたのは小さい頃なんであまりよくは覚えていないんですけど、でもここが私の帰ってくるところだったんだなってとても懐かしくなります。
なら馴染むのは早いね。なんかお手伝いできることがあったらいつでも言ってね。遠慮はしないのがここのルールだから。
はい、ありがとうございます。
I thought I'd remember things if I walked around the village, but I still don't remember much. I do recall, however, the vivid breeze, as well as the brilliant greenery. I don't remember the village, but I remember that this is my hometown. Red scars still remain on my body. They're hardly visible and I can't even feel them. I'm sure they'll disappear soon. Now that I'm back in Hinamizawa, sometimes I wonder who I was back in Ibaraki. In fact, I think I wasn't myself from the moment I left. And now, by coming back here, I finally regained my true self. I can hardly remember what I was like back in Ibaraki. Well, that's probably because of the red medicine. The medicine erased all of my painful memories. Maybe that was for the best. I just wanted to be forgiven back then. I couldn't forgive my mother. I couldn't forgive Uncle Akihito. And more than anybody, I couldn't forgive myself. I wanted someone to acknowledge that I wasn't at fault. I wanted to be forgiven. So Ayashiro-sama apologized. She told me I wasn't at fault, because it was the curse of Oyashiro-sama. That's how I was able to forgive myself. I didn't have to die by tearing my blood vessels out of my body. I think people have to die because they become corrupted. That's why people try their hardest not to dirty themselves all the time. But I'm still living, despite how dirty I am. I've been allowed to live. Is there still some filth left on me? Or am I all clean? I don't know. The only thing I know is that the me who lived in Ibaraki and the me who's here right now are two different people. I no longer feel the need to take responsibility by ripping myself apart because of the filth. After arranging some furniture and unpacking some boxes, we finally had dinner. Although I hardly remember Hinamizawa, my father remembers things very clearly.
お父さんたちが南沢に住んでた頃にもあったんだけど、今は綿流しという行事がとても大きなお祭りになってるらしい。6月の終わり頃にあるらしいね。
綿流し？
お父さんも見たことないんでわからないんだけど、体についた汚れを 綿に吸い取らせて沢に流す行事らしい。
Absorb the filth.
汚れって流してしまえるものなんだね。
そりゃそうだ。人間は罪深い生き物だからね。生きてるだけで日々汚れが我が身に降り積もっていくものなんだそうだ。それを年に一回体をお掃除するように綿に吸い取ってもらって捨ててしまおうということらしいよ。
People become burdened with filth and sin by doing something bad. Court sentences can settle your crimes legally, but that doesn't mean the burden of sin, of the filth, will just go away. In other words, human hands can't erase human filth in this human world. The filth is something humans can't get rid of, and that's why we need a god from a different world to do that. That's what I thought. But I'm surprised to learn about Watanagashi. Human hands erasing human filth in the human world. Letting the cotton absorb the filth and drifting it down the stream. That means it's okay to live in this world. I tried to commit suicide because I couldn't forgive myself. Oyashiro-sama apologized to me and told me to come back to Hinamizawa. And now, here in Hinamizawa, there's this Watanagashi, a ceremony to get rid of filth. This isn't just a coincidence. Hinamizawa is a place to wash away your filth. It forgives sins. It's a place of forgiveness.
そういうのをな、みそぎって言うんだ。
あ、言葉だけは聞いたことあるかな。
日本文化というものは、汚れというものにものすごく厳格だろ。汚れを残したまま表舞台にとどまることを許さない。ほら、政治家や社長で汚職があるとすぐに辞職するのもそういうことだ。汚れた人は表舞台を去らなければならない。悪く言うと、汚れを誰か一人に押し付けて隕石させるわけだな。
Sins and filth must be removed. That's why people push them onto someone else, and then try to get rid of the filth by sacrificing that person. But if that's the case, every time that filth is created, people will try to pass around responsibility for it. That's awfully hideous. It's almost like seeing demons in the human world. That's why they came up with the idea of letting the cotton absorb all the filth. By doing so, people can live without making someone else take on all their responsibility, sins, and filth. Putting everyone's sins into someone, and then killing that person makes that person a sacrifice. Who wants to be a sacrifice? That's why they desperately push their sins around. A purification ceremony is about replacing the human sacrifice with a non-human one. The purification ceremony dramatically changed Japanese culture. Before then, people always believed someone had to become a sacrifice. In other words, even with filth, everyone can live without blaming someone else. Filth can be forgiven by a method other than death. Only an existence higher than humans can forgive them. I was forgiven by Oyashiro-sama and came back to this place. To Watanagashi, the purification ceremony that exists here. Letting cotton absorb the filth and drifting it away. There's no need for a sacrifice. That's why I've been allowed to live. The filthy me has drifted away, so the me that remains is no longer Reina Ryugu. If I'm not Reina, then who am I? If I'm without filth, without all the icky things, who am I? A name vaguely appeared in my head. My new name, that only removes one of the letters from Reina, but I think it's a cute name. All the icky things are erased and forgiven with the removal of that one letter. So my name is no longer Reina. My name is... What is it? Don't keep the suspense. I can't bear it. Alright, I feel like we're finally getting to the point where I have an idea of where we can move forward. I think we can do this one now, because the watermelon was a while ago.
それじゃあ、俺はそろそろおいとましますわ。どうもごちそうさまでした。
ねえねえ。また来たってな。
ただいまあれ、ひろしおじさん。お久しぶりです。
おお、みやんちゃん。今帰りかい。おじさんは今から送迎だよ。
送迎？ああ、不動産屋さんのお仕事？
The Sonozaki family is one of the largest landowners here in the Hinamizawa area. However, since all the land is out here in the countryside, it just ends up sitting there. Recently, the land owned by the Sonozaki family was put on sale in lots. At the family meeting, some of our relatives opposed the idea by saying we shouldn't sell off land that was handed down from our ancestors. But Granny snapped and shut them right up. Some of the unused fields were made into vacant lots and released for public sale. Actually, I had some questions about it too. The Sonozaki family is very wealthy. We have plenty of land as well as money. So why did we have to sell it off? What's more surprising to me is that Granny was the one who came up with the idea. I would have thought she'd get furious if someone even mentioned something like that.
じゃあね、駅前に寄った時はぜひ遊びにおいでよ。麦茶くらいごちそうするから。
はい、ありがとうございます。お仕事はどんな感じですか？
都会な人が案外興味を持ってくれたからびっくりだわ。便利な都会に住みながら、わざわざこんな田舎に別荘が持ちたい小金持ちばっかりだね。
やれやれ、物好きなことで。
一見、別荘じゃなくて、引っ越しで検討されてるお宅があったね。アトリエが持ちたいとか言ってたから、画家さんとかかね。
へえ、そりゃすごいや。
おっと、いけねえわ。じゃ、おじさんはバスに戻るわ。
Supposedly he planned a tour to show them the lots, and he's the one driving the bus. It should be about time for the tour and explanations to end. He left in a hurry.
ねえ、聞いていい？よそ者嫌いのバッチャがさ、どうしてわざわざ分譲地なんかにしたの？
あたしゃよそ者なんか嫌いだし。だが、村にゃ必要なんよ。空気の入れ替えみたいなもんさな。
外の人が来ることで、何か村にいい影響があるっていうこと？
こかい村だね。今忙しい世の中だから一日たりともそったしといとくらんかな。昔だったら10年20年住んでても何にも変わらん変化のない静かな村だったんよ。
まあそれが田舎ってもんだしね。この村じゃ昨日と今日と明日に何の違いもない。私は退屈だけどね。
でも友達ができたろ。外から竜宮のレナちゃんが引っ越してきて友達になってくれたんだろうが。近い年の友達ができて嬉しい言うとったがな。
うん、予期せぬ友達が突然できるのは楽しいね。
レナちゃんが来んとな。ミヨン学校が退屈だ退屈だ言うとったんね。いやー覚えとる。
それが外から引っ越してくることによる効果だって言いたいわけ？
どんな寒い冬場にかてたまには換気をせんとな。寒くてしんどいな承知で窓をガラリと開けることもあるんよ。
外から人を迎えることが村の換気になる。
ああ、そして
きれいな空気を入れて、あたしらみたいな悪い空気はとっとと追い出されるべきなんよ。
If I bring up the Hojo family, I know Granny will explode, so I won't. But I think what Granny is trying to say includes things like their ongoing isolation. Even now, when she remembers about what happened at that explanatory meeting, she gets really upset. But I guess even she feels that needs to come to an end. But of course she can't just say she'll forgive them, not when she's at this stubborn age. She can't lose face by openly saying they need to be forgiven. Honestly, I think she's behaving like a little schoolgirl who actually likes a person, but treats them rudely when they're around. Maybe people really do go back to being children when they get old enough. I'm not just talking about Granny. The same can be said about all of the old people in the village. No, maybe I should say the evil around here. That must be what she meant by bad air. There's no use circulating the air in a closed room. Unless you open the windows and let fresh air in, the air in the room won't be purified.
実際に引っ越してくる人があるかはわからないけど、その人にそこまでを期待しちゃうのは気の毒じゃない？
レナちゃんが一人転校してきても、ミオンは変わるね。誰が引っ越してきても、きっと村は変わる。願わくは、それが元気な若者で、わしら年寄り連中が安心して村を任せられるくらい大暴れしてくれよると嬉しいんだが、それこそ年寄り連中がもうやっとれんね、あの世に退散するわいうくらいにな。
死んだおじいちゃんの話？
あ、ほんたれ。誰がじいさまの話をしたんよ。俺、お手伝いさん言って、縁側のお茶を片付けさせてくれな。
へいへい。了解了解。
ミオン。北条聡が消えた日、お前、あたしに詰め寄ったろが。
ああ、そんなこともしたね。
あたしゃな、あれで目が覚めたんよ。北条家がどうのこうのいう問題は、年寄り連中が死ねば時間が解決してくれるなんてんじゃあかんね。そんなの待たず、はよ解決せんとなあかん。
でも自分にはそれができないから、よそ者にそれを託す。
それがあたしにできる精一杯だね。
どんな悪い手札だって次のドローでいい札が入れば流れが変わるきっかけになることもある。それに期待して山から札を引くのもありかもしれない。
新しい風はミオン、お前らの世代になる。そしてお前はうちからの風となって混じり合いながら村のよどみを吹き飛ばしてくれ。
他力本願の極みだね。自分が火種を作ったくせに孫にその尻拭いをさせるとは。
そういいなや。新しい風を新しい園崎家の当主として。
それが次期当主の仕事だってんなら
頼むわ、ミオン。あたしゃ置いたね。もう憎まれ役しかでけん。
The wind chimes sounded quietly. Maybe that's a sign to let us know a cool breeze is on the way. So, of course, I feel like sometimes they just insert a single line. Like, what was the tea set on the veranda important for? Almost nothing. Except for the fact that that they could use that to signal that the tea set needed to be put away up on the veranda thing. Now, Ichiro Maibara, I believe that's Keiichi's father. I'm inspecting a vacant lot is required. Did that just happen in that scene, or is there another scene for that, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure. We might be able to... I think, no, might be it. The preview of the lots, and then we could probably do that. That'll probably be what it is, but... we'll stop here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's see. There's still a handful left. But maybe we can eventually get to all these ones at the end that all seem to kind of be locked off to us for the time being. About the game boards being set up. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Higurashi. Bye!